And go.
Blah, 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 blah. Am I already like behind?
Yeah. It was a good try though. All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of DrawBomb.
It's episode number
27.
There's a button for this. Yeah.
There it is.
Look at that. That doesn't stay on the drawing either. It fades away.
That's great. It's a great feature.
Showing off the features of DrawPile. This episode's DrawBomb is not sponsored by DrawPile. We just do every episode of DrawBomb with DrawPile.
That's right. DrawPomb?
DrawPomb.
DrawBomb.
Today, it's me and Ian as usual. And then we
heard
also...
in person. Yeah, no one else is in the chat. Nope.
You're like, hey, what's that other beautiful voice that we just heard?
We heard. I don't think that voice sounds so beautiful anymore.
No.
But you know, such is the nature of the beast sometimes.
Right. Who is that? Who is that person back there in the back, in the shadows?
Why, it's me, Many Hats Matt Man.
Many hats, man. What?
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 What is
What's
happening?
happening right now?
What's all the screaming?
I just downloaded it. Now we're good. Now
Okay.
I can join.
Okay,
Is it
fantastic. He's
I'm
very
coming.
excited. He's coming to the
the
server.
chat.
Yes, to the chat. I'm coming to the chat.
So
Okay,
how have you
I-
been, Matt?
You know, living as large as you can inside of a confined box, which is my
Right.
house.
You're like an iguana. You grow as big as your cage will let you.
Exactly.
Iguanas do?
Yeah.
Don't iguanas eat their own tails?
I don't.
I think their tails
That's
can
a
be
goddamn lie, and the iguana community has been hurt by it.
Oh. Well.
But no, they will grow big if you put them in a giant tank. Obviously, it has its limits. You don't get Godzilla if you just like let an iguana outside.
Man, I'm about to try that.
It's an iguana. It's like if there was an animal
At
like
2
that, it'd
feet
be
of the
like
door
super
when it wants
dangerous
to
for
work.
it to accidentally like get outside. Oh no, you just created a movie monster.
Oh, Jesus. Why'd you have to put the iguana in the pool?
Hey, I found it.
Cool.
Nice. Well, then that means you're going to get to join in on the shenanigans that
What's
is
that?
happening.
What's that pissity pass?
Oh, man, we can't tell everyone on the
You
chat.
just gonna yell it out? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like the first 3 letters of the server.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And don't you tell nobody.
Yeah, that especially don't you, Brandon, put the server name on the top of the browse. Oh, you didn't. Nice. Haha. You suck, everybody. I'm kidding. You
Oh, that was a close one. I got lucky. I didn't do that intentionally.
That's okay.
Uh,
What else is new has happened with you, Matt, since we last chatted?
Well, there's a commercial on. I'm sorry. Well, I'd say I've been pretty productive. I picked up a new book deal, so that's good.
Ooh.
Oh, awesome.
That's been pretty awesome. So now I'm juggling 2 books.
Holy shit.
And I just finished up 1 round of commissions, my COVID commissions, which now I'm not doing any commissions for next 2 months.
Wow.
I can spend a lot of time on my books and writing my own book as well. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
yeah, it's been pretty nice. Got my job back. I think you guys
Hey.
knew about that though. So that's been awesome. 'Cause
I've been
I was
saying
part of
it's time that Matt McDaniel gets back to work.
that.
That's right. No more tyranny for Matt.
Yeah.
Only for me.
Only for you. No one else. Everyone stay the fuck inside.
Right.
Yeah, I'm only allowed outside. Oh, also, I guess I'm now here, so now I can draw.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have set you some layers on the right that are yours to use.
have my own layers.
Your own layers.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm gonna make you an operator too, so that you can also just, if you need to make a new layer, you can. You shouldn't have to, but I do a lot, so I've just decided that it's probably better. You do.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm
Brandon, has anything new happened with you this week?
yeah. What's new with you guys?
Not a lot since last episode. You know, I feel like my
Left your house much?
not much. No.
Oh. Well.
You know, it's scary out there.
It's a scary world.
So yeah, no, not left the house much, but you know, we
That's good. It's a good thing you're not
Hang on.
leaving your house much. It's
Right.
like normally it's just like, well, I hope you do next week, but I hope you still don't.
nothing changes in your life.
I hope
Yeah, I
you
hope-
stay at home for. Oh, I am so sorry,
How
Brandon.
could you?
I'm still trying to figure out. This is all. I used to be on here a few times, but now I have lost all of my know-how on how to use this program.
Right.
It,
Well,
it takes a bit to get used to sometimes. There's some it's different than some programs, but much like others.
I got you.
But yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's it's not too bad.
Ooh, I don't like the texture on that.
I don't know how it looks when characters hold stuff in Minecraft. Is it like the whole firmly grasp it thing? Like, is it stabbed through?
Probably grasp it.
Yeah,
So I
it's
drew it, but I don't
firm
remember.
and it's grasped real hard.
I meant it's like a firmly grasp, also like Powerpuff Girls sort of thing, where it's just sort of like a weird nebulous circle that just kind of has a hammer space that they carry the stuff in. I don't know.
Got it.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of warm up.
So so Matt, over by the brushes, if you have that window open, I think it's what's it called, the freehand tab. If you have to open that window, there's going to be 3 different brush shapes, and you're going to want the round one.
That's what I grabbed.
There's one that's weird. It's like round with corners, but they somehow added corners to a circle. I'm not sure who it's for or why anyone would ever use that feature, but they have it.
Yeah.
And it's the default, which is also strange. So yeah.
So
How about you,
guys
Ian?
see- how about me?
Yeah.
Well,
How's bank life?
I guess last week was slightly more productive than usual. You were there for some of it. My computer kind of exploded
Right.
the other day, which is kind of a bummer. But
It is definitely.
what happened was, the story was, we were dicking around on some Grand Theft Auto roleplay.
That was what we
You
were
guys got in?
doing. Yeah. Well, you should
Oh,
join
yeah.
us. It's
Man.
pretty fun.
We passed our test the first time.
It's so fucking hard to get accepted to any of those servers.
Oh, well, you
Oh,
just
we
gotta. Yeah, we got into both of them first try. You just gotta you gotta through these stupid tests.
Yeah, you gotta do
I-
your research.
I took the tests and then they didn't let me in.
We'll help you get in. We'll help you if we play again.
Yeah, our characters' backstories that they asked us to write were very in depth.
It turns out that was not really, I don't think necessary.
Not
Maybe it was though. Maybe that's part
Maybe
of why we
they
got
us
it.
in. I don't know.
But Ian's character is Jasper Moscato, and I'm
That's
Hank Diamond.
And do you wanna give Matt, I guess, just like a little taste of like the dynamic between Jasper and Hank?
I don't
mean,
even know what the characters are. Like,
my character is a beach bum who is just dumb as hell. Is what it comes down to. He's kind of like a weird Cheech Marin, sort of like, just to the extreme. Is the best way I can describe it. And Hank is basically a
really nice
Wisconsin native, just uptown in Los Angeles for the summer. Just kind of just thought he heard a lot of nice things about the place.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's wonderful here.
Just heard so many nice things. He just thought, oh yeah, I should check it out. Why not? Why not give Hank Diamond like a nice little? I mean, I'm doing your bit. I should let you.
But yeah, and then everybody takes it so seriously. We don't break. We play by the rules, but we also are just like kind of idiots while everybody else is trying really hard.
Yeah.
And so.
And it leads to some hilarious situations.
Oh yes, I would agree.
Like just the other day we were playing the game, and Brandon had drowned in the water after I beat some guy up on a pier.
Yeah.
He started it. And then
did any of that get saved, or is that all still?
That's all still on the Twitch channel. I would edit it, but I promise you, editing a Twitch video and like trying to highlight it is so much more frustrating on this tablet than.
Yeah. I just don't want to lose it. I might go in and try to get it if I can.
Yeah, you can always export it to YouTube. I always like whenever I'm recording or I'm streaming to Twitch. I always actually like record the video file as well. Just I feel like that's always good for posterity or future editing. It does take up a shitload of hard drive space though.
Gotcha. Well, I'll check it out.
So yeah, Brandon drowned in like the water. He got saved by some lifeguards. One tried to get me to donate some in-game money to the lifeguard fund, but I didn't have I couldn't get my phone open because it was glitched out in the server. And so I was trying to get an ATM, so I ran up to where Hank was being resuscitated by an ATM, and I loudly shouted in the lifeguard's ear, "Do you know where an ATM is?"
You should, if anybody's watching the channel right now, pop over to you can pop out of this for a second.
Oh, yeah, it's all on there, isn't it?
Go over to the videos, check it out. It's pretty great. It's some funny stuff.
So, yeah, and like it all culminated in a moment where Brandon was getting driven somewhere by a bunch of gang members.
Yeah, they. That's the funny thing is we keep like walking into areas which will get you like killed, and then we're both just so like play dumb and we're so like friendly that everybody's like, you know what, get in the car, come with us.
Yeah,
and then
like
we're rolling with gang members.
The first time we played, we walked in on like this turf of a gang, and we could tell it was turf of a gang because we were immediately swarmed by 6 dudes wearing all blue with machine guns.
Yeah, and they're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and so we were just kind of like, I was like, I'm gonna play Jasper Moscato for a second. I was like, hey man, like we were just like, man, we were trying to like figure out, man, like we thought this was a cool spot, man. Like that looked like a cool house to hang in, man. Like, and if you know like any cool places where like
our car ran out of gas and we were walking down a dirt road.
Yeah.
And we stumbled upon their gang, like their like meth lab, and
yeah,
we just like wandered in, and they were like telling us to leave, and we're like,
we kept asking them if we could hang out with them, and they said no, but then the one guy's like, yo, hang on for a second, and then he like apparently like the mods have like weed and stuff in them, so like the dude just gave us a giant like 5 pounds or something like that of like in-game weed, and he was like, yeah, you guys are cool, here you go, and he sent us on our way. And then like 2 minutes later, we're like walking down the street just shooting the shit, and like this other dude pulls up in his car or whatever. He's like, "Hey man, like, is there any gangs here?" And we were just like, we don't know, man. Like, there's a bunch of dudes in blue over there. And the guy just goes, "Zetas," and then he runs off.
He turned his car around 90 degrees and drove in the opposite direction. Not 90 degrees, but like he turned around and left like as fast as he could. We're like, oh, that's the people that we were just talking to? Okay.
Yeah, I guess they're back. So the people that Brandon met at the hospital after he drowned were a bunch of, like, they were wearing all pink.
Yeah.
And they were messing with you at first, and then, I don't know, you just, like, got them over to your side, and they brought you in their car. Like, you were driving away. And then I catched up with the dude that I fought on the pier. And I told him about the situation that was unfolding, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just talked with them. They said they're gonna kill your friend." I was like, okay.
Oh
no. And about at that point, my computer started to emit a plastic smell, and it shut off. And then I have a new power supply on the way.
There you go.
I hope that's what's causing it.
I really hope that'll fix it.
Yeah. But if you want to watch all of that hilarious Grand Theft Auto
great content.
All that great content. It's on the other thing. I was going to highlight it, the weekend. I had a 3-day weekend, and then, like, my fucking computer shot the bed, so we're working on it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm actually trying to get used to the fact that this doesn't have stabilization on it anymore.
Oh, yeah. That is a big thing to get used to. I love Clip Studio Paint for its,
man, the stabilizer is so nice.
Do you use Clip Studio Paint, Matt?
I do, and I actually, most of my work, I use Procreate, actually.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't have
heard a lot of good things about Procreate.
On an iPad, or else I would probably use it too.
Procreate's pretty rad, guys. pretty rad.
I played with it a
Is it
little
like-
bit. One of my buddies has it, and it's very nice.
It's real, like, honestly, it's got everything that I've ever wanted in a program.
Now, what is actually the story behind Procreate? Like, I know you obviously probably don't know, like, you know, oh, well, the developers were, like, disgruntled Adobe, blah, 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 which I don't know if there's any sort of backstory like that, but, like, is Procreate, like, a Mac, like, an iPad-only sort of art program? Is
Yeah.
it, like...
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's basically, someone wanted to make iPads more accessible to artists because a lot of artists were complaining that an iPad would be a great tool, but
For sure.
it's not, because the capabilities of drawing on an iPad with your finger or with whatever they had as the pens beforehand, you know, with like
Mhm.
those weird rubberized tips.
Oh, yeah, were those before the iPen or whatever they called?
Yeah, so
the
the
Pen?
Apple Pen came out around the same time that Procreate became really popular.
Interesting.
So the reason Procreate is now a tool that most professional artists and illustrators use is because of the Apple Pencil, its versatility, and you can literally bring it anywhere you want. You don't have to set it up. It's not like encumbered. You're not encumbered by, let's say, a Wacom tablet where you've got like the one where you don't have to hook it up to a computer. It's its own computer.
Right. And that's what Brandon has,
Yeah.
I think, right?
And those are awesome, except I don't know if you feel this way about it, Brandon, but like it's kind of a hassle to actually take anywhere and then like set up, because it's heavier and like it's like
It's not. It's a lot more mobile than a lot of the other options were, but it's
Right.
still, yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world.
it's one of those it's like having the difference between I literally take 2 seconds taking something out of the bag and
Right.
then I can immediately draw, to I have to take about 10 minutes to actually set up my workspace wherever I am, and then now I can
It's
draw.
just
But,
super convenient.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just super stupid convenient. You can airdrop your files to your computer, you can take sketches that you have, vectorize them if you want to, you can literally like it's like an amazing extension for digital artists to actually do their work.
Right.
It's interesting too because I'm not sure when they did it, but The Sims actually. I mean, I talk about The Sims a lot on this show and also in life in general because I'm obsessed. But in The
love
Sims, I love The Sims so much. But they have they actually have added like in some update. I think it was actually a free update, like a tablet that your sim carries around, and it looks just like a fucking iPad. But like they basically like you. It's for drawing purposes, but like I think that it's definitely inspired sort of by like Procreate and like the
Definitely.
fact that that's like a thing.
I also
It is, like,
am
kinda
happy
like-
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it is kind of like if you asked me like 12 or 15 years ago, like 15-year-old Ian, like, hey Ian, like what is the future of drawing and shit, I'd say like what the fuck. Someone
Who are
drawing on
you?
an Apple tablet on Procreate. Yeah, I'd say, what the fuck do you want with me? I'm a 15-year-old. Get out of
The
here.
time traveler in my
Can't you see
bedroom.
I'm trying to masturbate? Did a lot
Can't
of
you
that.
see I'm trying to get my rocks off? Get out of my room!
Get out here. Can't you see this is like that scene from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind where Jim Carrey. Never mind, I'm not gonna go there. I would have said like as a 15-year-old, like, oh, that's that whatever the fuck a person drawing on a tablet with like Procreate on it looks like. That's what the future of drawing looks like. So it's just kind of cool that it's here.
Now
Yeah.
it's here.
What were you gonna say, Brandon? I'm sorry. It was
No,
something-
you're all good. I think it's cool that there's something else besides Cintiq kind of leading the way, like in
I'm glad there's something
Photoshop.
besides Cintiq, and I'm glad there's something besides photo. Like,
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like there needs to be more products out there, so it's not all like like a monopoly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's nice that there's other things. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. So
Pretty
you
cool.
still use Photoshop, right, Brandon?
Yes, I still use Photoshop.
I use Clip Studio, and Matt, you use
If I'm-
Procreate primarily, or
Procreate for any work that I put on Instagram or anything like that, that's done in Procreate. But like, if I have to do a professional project, let's say I'm being commissioned for something that's it's gonna be printed.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll sketch it on Procreate, but I'll most likely illustrate it in Clip Studio.
Gotcha.
So I prefer Clip Studio over Photoshop. I love Photoshop. It's fantastic. It's powerful. It's got all these awesome capabilities. But I've grown to love like the powerfulness of Clip Studio just solely for illustrators.
Right.
Like it's really focused on the artist rather than like it's a photo.
Right.
Yeah, like a sweet
honed in. It's more honed in than what it's trying to do.
Exactly. Yeah, and I love Clip Studio too because it's got. People always talk about how great Photoshop's brush functionality is, and I agree. Photoshop actually has nicer brush functionality than Clip Studio, just mainly for the reason, like, actually Clip Studio pretty much has the exact same setup as Photoshop's brush functionality. You would just, like, if you wanted to, like, port some brushes over, you would have to sort of copy some values over, but for the most part, it actually would be a pretty one-to-one switch over. But the Photoshop does have a better brush functionality in like their live brushes, I think they call them, like the ones that sort of try to more simulate, like that, like whenever you pick one of them, like there's like a 2D like diorama of like a brush over a paper that you can see how the bristles, like that Clip Studio doesn't have. If that thing is for you, but like every other sort of thing that like Photoshop does do with brushes, like anything that's not that live brush system, I think you can is pretty much ported over in Clip Studio Paint, maybe with possibly a couple extra features that Photoshop maybe doesn't have, like the correction where you can't draw over like the reference layer line and things like that. I'm not sure if Photoshop does that yet, but
not only do they do it, they do it better.
They do it better?
Well, yeah, that's what you're saying, right?
Yes, I am saying they do it better, yes. In that live brush thing, because that is very nice in some situations, like it really helps you get some dynamic brush patterns that maybe you would not get, because the other sort of brush functionality is based on duplicating sort of like an image that you set to the brush and then like modifying values on that.
Right.
But you know, for the most part, like most of the brushes that I had for Photoshop were not live brushes, because live brushes are very very taxing on the computer. I've noticed, like, it takes a long time for, at least for me, even on like, you know, at the time it was top of the line, but now it's like 5 years old, but like my computer still had a hard time doing those live brushes without some sort of like delay or like, you know, sort of having a hard time with the hardware.
Right.
A lot of my brushes were like just the sort of standard, you know, the way the brushes normally are before they did the live brushes. So, you know, for me it wasn't too much of a switch over. I got used to like that sort of thing before the switch over. But that is my long tangent about Clip Studio. I do also like how they do the 3D models in Clip Studio Paint. Like you can, like I'm doing a drawing of my D&D character. I did that drawing before, but it wasn't like a finished drawing, so I'm trying to like get it all finished with the background and extra art and things like that. But I wanted to try and get some like 3D images in as reference for like this table and like bench that everyone was sitting on. So like I just downloaded some 3D models of a table and a bench and just like kind of drew those from reference, and bada bing bada boom.
Well,
I liked it. It was nice.
Cool.
I mean, so like it's got some nice features that I'm a really big fan of.
I think I would like it better. I just you know, don't want to I haven't taken the leap yet.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you know, I guess I know I've always been bugging you to get it, and I know this sounds like a big pitch for it, but you know, I hadn't thought of that. It was more just a good conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking it as a pitch.
Good, because I have been fairly evangelical at times. So I can understand if maybe it felt that way at times.
Evangelical.
You gotta use the Clip Studio Paint.
This me is not a Clip Studio.
I think I'll.
that crazy lady was like, she is not a Christian.
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
Do you remember that? Anyone?
No.
Oh man, that was the talk of the. It
Talk
was like
of the
way back in the golden era of television with a show called Wife Swap.
What a great show.
I remember that
That's
show.
some quality trash.
Yeah, and that one lady who was just like the monster-looking lady who found out that the daughter, I think, was unbaptized and not a Christian. So, like, of the new family that she had moved to, so she flipped and went, she is not a Christian!
Wow. That, there's something about just really trashy television that...
Makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just, it's like you can't look away, even though it's terrible.
Hey guys, by the way, I don't mean to cut off, you were just about to say something, right, Matt?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, we do have somebody sounding off in the chat.
That's what I was just about to say, too.
Oh, what was that? That was what you were about to talk about?
Good, yeah.
Oh, okay. We hear you, Captain Sheepy. We love you. Thank you so much for being in this episode, as always. Hitting it off with the emojis, with the hamburger. I see that. You always got the emoji.
That's the entrance.
Hey, now that we've gone, we've become affiliates, so pretty soon we're going to have our own emojis for you to use.
Right, yeah, we're going to do all that stuff. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah, let's take some cues from you on what sort of emojis we're going to add to the Twitch.
Right.
And, I mean, I don't even know how that works yet. We have a lot to figure out yet. But
learn how to do it.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. That's in reference to the jerking off joke I made. Because I always have to get one in every episode at least, I think.
Right. It's your brand.
Exactly. Oh, what a sad brand. Actually, my brand is sadness, so it works.
It works well, yeah.
There we go.
You're true to the people what they want.
That's right.
I'm just giving the people what they want, Mom.
Yeah. Jerk off jokes.
Jerk off jokes are my content.
Jerk off jokes and sadness. That's the name of my autobiography.
Mine is Well You Tried.
That's a good one, actually. That would be a solid. What would you name your autobiography?
Mine?
Yeah.
Boy, I made that joke 10,000 times, but it's hard to say. I don't know. I don't have one like in the chamber. I don't have a joke ready for that answer.
Serious answer for me though, I've always wanted to have one where like the book cover is me shrugging and it just goes story of my life, and then that's my autobiography.
It's pretty clever. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. The publishing house wants me to have an answer for them soon too, but I keep dodging their calls. Just collected that book money and that.
Collecting that book money.
If you'd like to make a collect call, please hang up and try again.
Wait, that's how you make a collect call?
That is what that voice says, I'm pretty sure.
No, I think it's like if...
Hang up and try again?
Yeah, they say that part, but the first thing, if you'd like to make a call, I think that's what it is.
That's what threw me off, is that it sounded so much like the actual voice.
Matt used to do the recordings for the phone company.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Years ago.
That's you that kept telling me to hang up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another one you'll recognize. Matt, do the noise when I leave the phone off the hook for too long. He did this one too. Yep. See, there it is.
Wow.
That's that one that everyone knows.
Really lost your touch on that one.
It's like if you see a band that's like getting old do some of their hits. It doesn't sound quite the same.
Were we talking about like Axl Rose or something?
Yeah,
like
we were.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That bit we just did was. Oh, okay. Anyways.
Let's all pat ourselves on the back for that.
Yeah.
We did a great job.
We usually do that whenever we finish writing a page of waterlogged. We're like, and let's give ourselves
That's
a good
a
pat.
great page.
How's Waterlog coming along anyway?
Oh.
We're having issues with the website. We kind of the website kind of went down. The hosts, I don't know, just like where the files are getting hosted, there was some kind of like error and it's kind of got messed up. So we're gonna start it up again, but we got a new website and get it all together, which we've been meaning to do anyways. So
yeah, we just have to sit
not
down
a big
and talk
deal
about it.
really. But yeah, so once we get the website up, then yeah, maybe we'll take it or start doing it again.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where like it's just a bunch of work and we're not super eager to do it, especially with like I want to do it. Like I'm really excited to like get Waterlog back up and running. I have I want to get some pages done for it. I like working on it a lot, and I think the ideas we have to like kind of make it a little bit easier for ourselves to make are exciting.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like that website shit is a bummer.
Yeah.
And I had no idea how to fix it for the longest time.
I was wondering what happened because I wanted to read more on it recently, and so I pulled it up, and then I was like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
And I really want to get it back up because like I was putting up a lot of the pages for my portfolio site, and like just every time I read through that comic, it just makes me laugh. Like we did such a good job. I'm just really
You did a great
fan
job.
of Mark.
Yeah, it's got some quality jokes and writing in there.
It is. It's good shit. Like it really is. Like it's even though we made it and like slaved over it. Like every time I read it, I'm always just like, we did such a good job with that.
Yeah, we like we put a lot of work into it. That's the thing too, is it's hard to, when you have paying gigs, it's hard to set time aside from those to do something that doesn't pay. That's not that everything has to be about money, but it's just like for the amount of work that goes into it.
Was. Yeah.
So that's also a thing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot, like, so many people, like, different people told us, like, you should set up a Patreon.
Right.
It's like, if we had, well, I mean, we did, but, like, it was kind of like...
It was kind of late in the game.
It hit us at, like, a time it wasn't actually going to be productive.
Right,
but,
we weren't able to give it the time it needed.
Yeah, but, I think that would be a good way to kind of do that. I don't know, I mean, we don't need to make money off of it.
No, that's not necessarily what I was saying. It's just, it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
Many hours each week working on it, so.
Well, the crazy thing is that you have enough where you could actually take pieces and parts of it, or like, sections of it, and then make actual printed issues of it.
Right. And we had considered that.
We talked about doing like a printed compendium, sort of like once we get chapter 4 done, but we still have like about 15 pages off or so from chapter 4 being done, and I mean that would be a nice. I mean, we could always just do individual issues as like quick and cheap, copies to put places, and then sell the book, and then use that to kind of fund a Patreon, or I don't know, something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something to make it a little bit more.
Because I would love a physical copy of it.
Yeah, me too. I think a lot of people would.
I definitely would.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll probably get back to it. It's just, so that's currently the hurdles at the moment, is getting our website up and running again. But yeah,
I've been like weird negotiations with this dude I've done a comic for. He's like, he wants me to do more pages now, so I told him like I need to increase my price. So he's like, he wanted me to like send him an email about some stuff, but I'm not gonna like, it's kind of petty, so I'm not gonna email him about that. I'm just gonna send him a proposal and then just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to handle it.
Yeah, I had a lot of guidance from Austin on that issue. I really wanted to kind of be more not professional about it, but I'm gonna keep it professional.
Gotta take the high road.
Yeah. You always gotta take the high road, man.
Yeah, especially in this business, like you can't really let your. I mean, I was already planning on being very professional about it, but maybe not. Maybe my professionalism wasn't going to be directed in the most beneficial of ways, which. Captain Sheepy says in the chat some ideas for some emojis we can make for the channel. Definitely some bomb guy emotes.
Oh,
I mean,
for
I'm
sure.
thinking like just the whole gamut of.
The majority of them will be bomb guys, I think.
Yeah, we could make like a whole bunch of like all the emojis, like the smiley face guys, but like as the bomb guy, I think would be pretty cool.
I think we can do it relatively easy too.
Oh my god, absolutely. A purple bomb guy, PogChamp.
I don't know what that is.
I know what
Pog?
Pog is. I know a bomb guy Pog would actually be pretty hilarious.
What's up? PogChamp.
PogChamp? Though, I've never heard of the PogChamp. Is that like that frog there? Is that PogChamp? Like is that like a Machamp, like the Pokemon? I don't know enough about it.
A Machamp.
I'm like I feel like a 50-year-old man. I'm like, what is that Pog? And then Kyle, who's the same age as me, is just like, Pog is the guy who made Twitch. He made a face. That's his name or something.
Right.
That's his name, you dubby.
I never keep up with any of that stuff too. I'm like kind of an old man when it comes to certain things like that.
I'm finally turning around on like Discord, and that took me like that was one of those things where like everyone would be like, everything's on Discord now, and I was just like, I don't fucking understand I'm finally like
yeah, it's like basically like a forum. So
it's basically like a forum
live
chat
forum. Yeah, it's like the two things have merged into one.
There's actually been my regular room that I hang out in, which is called Peanut Butter Jelly. It's with a couple friends of mine. Like collectively, we all like play a lot of games together, but we added these plugins to our Discord chat where you literally can catch Pokemon.
Oh my god.
So Pokemon appear randomly in chat. The more you talk in text, the more Pokemon will pop up.
Oh no.
And
that's funny.
The only way to actually catch a Pokemon is by saying, so you do a command, so P ! And catch, and then space, and then you actually have to name the Pokemon exactly how it's named out. So you have to spell it correctly, you have to know the name, and if you don't know it, and someone else knows it, they're gonna get the Pokemon. So it's,
I need to
it's
know
a
the
lot
names
of fun.
of Pokemon?
You have to know the names of the Pokemon. If you can't figure it out, you gotta Google it, and there's like a small time limit in which you can capture it. It's actually a ridiculous amount of fun.
It actually gives me a great idea for what we should draw next.
Okay.
Pokemon?
Is it Scyther?
Scyther from memory.
My least favorite game.
Memory.
We've only done it twice. So We've done 2 episodes where we drew Scyther from memory. And let me tell you what. The second time around, Brandon's did actually look a little bit closer to Scyther. Mine did not.
No, you did not learn anything from your previous attempt.
I don't think I've learned anything from those previous attempts too. If we did draw a Scyther from memory again, it'd be just
mine would get worse because we haven't done it in a little bit.
Wanna try it?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I'm very resistant to Scyther from memory.
It's my favorite bit.
I know.
We do it.
The more we do it, the more you do it, the more you do it.
The more do is it did it, dude.
You can't argue with that logic.
The more you've done it, the more you've done it. You know what I mean?
The more you done did it done.
When you done did it, you definitely
You got
did it.
done. You just did it, done.
Did not forget
damn
that
it.
Joe. I've been there a long time ago. If it come from, where did you go? Where did you come from, Joe?
Alright, I say we move on to another drawing here.
And they hit that fiddle. It's the worst song ever.
You don't like Cotton Eye Joe?
Who does?
It's beautiful music.
Who put that on all the middle school dance
Wonderful.
playlists?
I mean, obviously, it belongs on jock jams because that is what you want to listen to while doing sports.
Who actually liked... I remember as a kid listening to jock jams and being like, I guess this is the only music available. And then
At basketball camp.
I remember being like, I have a Backstreet Boys cassette tape, and I have a Jock Jam CD, and I have a Livin' in the 90s and a Livin' in the 80s. And I tell you what, the Backstreet Boys is my jam. Livin' in the 80s, there's some good songs. Jock Jams, I accidentally pretended to stand up.
Whoops.
I actually didn't though. I would have, but
Destroyed.
as a kid I was too afraid of being found out.
Yeah, I don't know. Jock Jams had a surgence at its time. Are we ready to go to the next drawing? Oh, he's making an Enderman off there.
Oh, that's beautiful. While you do that, I'm gonna look at the playlist of Jock Jams. I'm so curious.
I remember many of them. It's got like...
How many volumes did they do?
Oh, many volumes.
I always thought it was just the one CD, but
No.
this is volume 1.
Yeah, no, they did lots. There's several of them.
Dear God.
It was like, you know, back then.
5.
I still feel like that's a lot considering what it is.
Yeah, it's a DJ playlist. I definitely had 5 because I recognized that cover.
Those compilation things were big back in the 90s.
I remember. No, I
because
didn't have 4.
you know, didn't have streaming music, so.
I definitely had 3.
Do you remember those commercials that used to come on during daytime television where it'd be like, all of your favorite hits in one place, and there'd be a giant stream of like titles going up, and then like half of them are highlighted, and that's the one that's playing.
That's half the CDs from my childhood, man. That must have been like when that was in vogue.
It was big in the 90s. Like, you know, probably before that too. It was like the whole era of CDs.
Yeah,
it
was
just compilations.
And also, like, it was kind of cool that a TV was telling you can buy these CDs.
They probably did it with records too, honestly.
You want to listen to some fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire? Well, I got the shit for you right here. Call this goddamn number at the bottom. Watch as these guys sing November.
And if you order now, we'll send you a second copy free. Order now.
Eric just lost his job because he called the famous song from Earth, Wind, and Fire November. Everyone knows it's September. Get fucked, Eric.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Anyways, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the best hair metal band songs of the 80s. All of the songs that Lenny Kravitz's dick fell out on stage while he was performing.
How many times did his dick fall out?
I think, you know what? Honestly, I think it's just the one time, but it definitely also happened to Marilyn Manson.
I don't think that happens more than once, right?
Should
we move on to the next drawing?
Yeah, we can move on to the next drawing.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna cover. Wait, actually, okay. One last thing.
I do like.
We gotta make the train tracks.
Okay.
I do enjoy what we have just made.
Yeah, we did it. It all came together.
I like how our DrawBomb, or the DrawBomb creeper, has kind of got like the NANI like eyes.
It does.
NANI?
I love that sound clip. I don't know why. That's the weird thing is like our generation's humor can be condensed to like split-second sound clips of a guy going "what" in Japanese, and like.
Are people in art school like 50 years from now going to have to study memes?
Yes, we already did. In my art school, like we had our orientation seminars, and like they start. Here's the funny. You're gonna crack up at this, Brandon. But they started off by being like, our theme for this year's orientation is remix culture. Everyone's remixing nowadays. All that art, it's flipped. Andy Warhol, he was the original remixer. Check out, here's this video from Girl Talk. And then like they have Girl Talk like being like, I'm gonna put this clip here, everybody. And then like he's like, it's like him mixing a song together. And like the whole thing was just like talking about how memes, remixes, YouTube poops, all that shit was just part of our art now, and like it was totally cool, and like sampling and hip hop, and you know that was the orientation.
It's just, you know, modern Dadaism.
You are in debt to us. Remix culture. We can't wait to remix your debt into your misery.
Remix.
Remix.
Remix. Hey, look! Look at that burger boy.
It's a burger boy.
It's a burger boy.
It's a burger boy. That boy is a burger.
I'm trying to think of Oh, I know.
So I made I made myself some hot dogs the other day.
How did that turn out?
What was that?
How did that turn out for you?
So, like, I mean, normally it's fine. I mean, whatever, you just throw some hot dogs in the oven. That shit gets all nice and crispy and, like, juicy and good. And throw some mustard on them. And you have
your
a
hot
sad
dogs
meal
in
for
the
yourself.
oven?
I'm not yesterday
shitting
I
on it.
I'm
just surprised.
Wait,
you put your hot dogs in the oven?
Yeah, well, like, I mean, what do you do? Like,
on a grill.
Or something like that? Yeah, I don't have a grill right now.
Okay, well, I guess I'll do it in a pan next. I've just never considered an oven, but I'm sure it's good. I just never done it.
It tastes great. Honestly, I highly recommend giving it a shot.
I will.
I mean, you put them on like 400, 425. They get nice and like, you know, they got like a nice crunch to them, sort of thing. Like, you know, you get like it's like a good consistency in my opinion. But anyways, I thought I'd get real artsy fartsy with these hot dogs.
Yes.
So like I made some incisions on the hot dogs. I like.
Oh.
First, I did like the little cuts, you know, like across, like little lengthwise things, like the across the roads, sort of on the hot dog.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, hey, why not? And then I did like a slice down, like the middle too, like a little bit of both action, you know.
Right.
I've seen a little bit of both.
I'm picturing it in my mind's eye. Why was it bad? What happened? Did it explode?
Because what happened was, these hot dogs, they were edible. They were delicious for hot dogs, but they cooked in a way where, because I'm gonna have to draw it out. It's just
I need a visual representation.
Here is the hot dog.
There it is.
Here are the incisions, and then this one down the middle. Now this caused the hot dog to, of course, split more down the middle.
Right.
But also, it caused the hot dog to separate along the smaller incisions, causing it to sort of peel back, so that when the hot dog was fully cooked, it had formed some sort of weird hot dog centipede. Like, you know those big-ass caterpillars you find in, like, the jungle or some shit like that?
Yeah, I'm always finding them.
It looked like, well, yeah, like, you're always hanging out in the jungle.
Right.
But it just looked like a big ass fucking like gross caterpillar.
Right, I knew it was going to get all warped and.
Yeah, it just was not appetizing. I mean, it tasted fine.
You're picturing a caterpillar.
I just jammed that thing in a bun and ate it, but.
That's what I said.
Okay, so I have a question then. Following that follow-up question for that, what were your say in a perfect world you learned that this was the only way to eat a hot dog. It worked out great. You pulled it out of the oven and you were pleasantly surprised. What were you shooting for with that?
With the cutting the hot dog things?
What were you hoping? What was your desired result?
Giving it nice spots to like let the juices get out of it and also to cook more thoroughly all the way through.
Okay, I see.
I don't know anything about cooking. I'm hoping that that's how you would accomplish.
I think you want the juices contained, and when you cut it, probably.
You want some juices, obviously, because if it's out of juices, it gets dry. But like, if that thing is like, you don't want that thing. You don't want to take a bite of a hot dog and have it just like come hot grease in your face. You know, like it's just that's a bad day.
Yeah, it's not a great day.
No.
Okay.
You know what's even a worse day?
What's that?
Fucking up a corn dog.
Ooh.
And
You know
how
what?
did you do that? Burn it?
No, I thought, why don't I just make a corn dog that has a slice through it? Like I had the same thinking, but with a corn dog. I cut the corn part, and then I was like, I can infuse this with sauces when it cooks through. I should have just done it. I should have just cooked it first, and then like cut it open and then put sauces inside.
What is this weird ass cooking you're both doing, where you just cut?
I got bored, man.
You just cut lines in your food. You don't change. You're not changing the ingredients or anything. You guys are just cutting them weird before you cook them. And then you're like, well, what the hell? This came out messed up. And it's like,
right now, the apex of hot dog cooking technology is crumpling potato chips on top of your hot dog in a bun. Okay, I'm trying to move beyond that, man. I'm trying to figure out the next step in hot dog eating technology. I'm trying to figure out how to fulfill the user experience that their hot dog eating is at the prime.
And you think the improvement is just going to be a different shaped hot dog?
No, I wasn't trying to change the hot dog into a caterpillar.
Right. He's got a valid point, though. Think about this. How do you think they came up with the curly fry?
Exactly.
They cut the potato.
Some guy cut a fry. He took a frozen fry out of a bag and he cut it weird before he cooked it at 3 a.m. alone in his apartment. And that's how the curly fry came to be.
The goddamn pig died for this hot dog. At the least I could do is I could try and make its death the most amazing hot dog experience that has ever happened.
And did you succeed at that task?
No, I failed horribly. But the thing is, it still tasted pretty good.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
This whole conversation has made me want a hot dog. So
I'm actually very hungry now.
it's rare. It's rare that I ever want a hot dog. You know.
This hot dog I'm paint coloring right now. It's actually less. It's more of a frank, like a beef frank, than it is a hot dog, like a pork hot dog.
Yeah.
But it's also more of a chili dog color. And now I'm kind of craving chili.
Oh, chili dog would be really good.
Oh fuck! I could
Chili dog.
Really go.
I could
for a
do
chili
awful
dog
things to a chili dog at this
You know
time.
who else would?
You don't want to
Chili dog.
watch me eating a chili dog.
Nobody wants to watch anybody eat a chili dog.
I don't want to watch anyone eat a hot dog.
I want to watch someone eat a hot dog.
I pay people to eat hot dogs and then I just watch.
I guarantee I can find you a couple of videos. If you really want it, man, I mean.
Go to YouTube, type in hot dog
YouTube.
ASMR.
Oh no, he was gonna record it for me, weren't you?
No, I was gonna.
For
I was
future
thinking
news.
of a website, but not YouTube. A different video website. It's okay. We'll, you know.
Oh, the hub?
Vimeo.
Oh, Vimeo.
Dog
No, it was the
hub.
hub. Definitely the hub.
The hub for sure.
I love calling it the hub.
That's what I call it, man.
Let's start refer to the
exactly
hub at
what-
work.
That's well, that's actually what I've done before, cause like we're in a work setting, and that's definitely not safe for work to say. So I've been like,
100%.
oh, you mean, are you talking about the hub?
Talking about the hub, dog.
And
yeah.
they're like, oh yeah.
Yo, dog, you hubbing?
You hubbing?
Duh.
You been to the hub?
Boy, what am I gonna eat after this? That's the question now. Probably a
Hot
corn
dog
dog,
would
but
be
I'm
fine.
not gonna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna alter it though. I'm just gonna leave it as God intended.
No, you should alter it. You
Please
know,
don't.
Brandon, I don't know if you remember this when I lived with you, but
I remember
I
when you
did.
were with me.
Good.
I-
I'm glad that's our whole part of your
Good.
life.
That was the whole premise there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember this part though, where I made taco spaghetti, or spaghetti, like I made
What?
Maybe
spaghetti.
I might have
but
purposely
with
blocked this
taco-
out.
I made taco seasoned meat
Are you
sauce
Oh.
Madman?
to put on top of taco. I swear to God, I have good cooking. This was just one of those moments where I had nothing left in the kitchen other than these. Like I had taco seasoning, I had ground beef,
So,
and I had spaghetti.
so essentially,
I
you
was
made
like-
spaghetti with a ton of cumin in it.
Yeah, pretty much. And it
Why
tasted
wouldn't
like
you?
it tasted like I was eating tacos, but it had spaghetti.
Did you have sauce?
Yeah.
Then why did you use taco seasoning at all?
No. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to make the sauce. I made the sauce with that meat.
So, what if you? Hear me out. What if you took the spaghetti, paschetti, and you cook like that's your last resort right there is the paschetti, and when you're at that, you cook that as a meal by itself with a bunch of butter. It's not great, but you know it's dignified
Can be done.
somewhat. And then you have the meal before that is the taco with the meat, and you just I mean I've done that. I've eaten a taco that's just a fucking shell and some hamburger meat in it before. I'm not proud of it, but like
It's
I
a
don't
really
know.
shameful conversation happening.
let's talk about Ian's sad food life. How about that?
I
Guys?
mean,
I'll eat a whole carton of ice cream if you let me.
I've made a lot of trash. But okay, so you made your sauce. I still don't understand why you added the seasoning, but it sounds like you also don't understand why. So
I don't.
we're all on the
I don't understand what I
we're all
was doing.
on the same
Please
page here.
help me! I've killed so many people.
You ever like make such a bad choice cooking that when you're eating the food, you're just like, I feel guilty that this if there's meat in it, like the animal died for this. This was a
Yep.
mistake. This is terrible.
All the time. Pretty much sums up my food creating life.
Like what a way to go.
I'm so sorry.
I got made into taco spaghetti. It's bullshit.
Listen,
I lived a rich
I-
life for this.
You know that I make damn good food though.
Yeah, you do.
I made that ramen that like I remember I like made it and then I was like, I'm not hungry, and I gave it to you because I was like, I don't know what to do with this now.
It's like I made he made a giant batch of ramen and then decided by the time he finished it that he wasn't hungry.
Yep.
I've never had that. I've had the opposite happen.
What is the opposite? Where you?
I'm not hungry and then I cook a bunch of food and then I see it and then I eat it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I'm just like, I should probably eat something today, probably.
So you got like a Mayor McCheese thing happening over there with your hot dog man.
I do.
It's like Mayor Frank or something.
Oh shit, that's a great one actually. He just goes by Frank. He's the mayor. Hello there, children.
I am Frank Doggington the Third.
The mayor, Mr. Frank. They call me Frank. My name is Frank.
They call me Stacy.
So
that's not my name.
In the McDonald's universe, the people in charge are burgers. But that's also the food source. What is going on there?
I like to think that Mayor McCheese is such a magnanimous individual that he's allowing his own essence to be stolen from to create the burgers in hopes to feed his citizens.
You know, that's really helpful thinking right there.
And Ronald McDonald is a magical clown who can heal him, sort of like Jesus Lazarus situation.
Ronald McDonald is the only man that hangs out in this world.
That's why he's magic.
There's a bird. His friends. There's that bird that's like a girl. There's Grimace. And then a lot of burger characters, some chicken nugget characters, some weird like little like shrub looking guys.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to any of this.
Did you guys ever have?
This isn't the goddamn like this isn't a Lord of the Rings book where they have like the whole map drawn out on the front page. Like there's no planning. I don't think. I think this is.
You've got like a board, like a cork board with like red yarn attaching pictures, being like, well, this is who the Hamburglar stole from last.
Oh yeah, the Hamburglar. Is he a man?
Hamburglar?
I mean,
he
is.
is.
Make him wear a prosthetic head, so I don't know. He's.
Well, I'm saying like the other ones don't even resemble humans besides Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald's a clown. The Hamburglar is also a man, I think. I don't know.
That is correct. Yeah.
They're the only two humans in this world.
And the only one with a definite profession.
Yeah, well, you know, if you comfortable even revealing any of this stuff, because I haven't even thought about it until now, and now I realize the McDonald's universe is fucked up.
Yeah.
But you guys. So go ahead.
You say that the Hamburglar is the only one with a profession, but is clowning a profession in this world? Or is that just an identity?
I've never seen him be fucking funny. He's always being hopeful and giving.
He's never at like birthday parties. He's just like hanging out.
I never see him being fucking funny.
It's true. I haven't seen him make like one balloon animal or do anything.
No, he's always like, oh, we gotta go. He's like Mario of like the Ronald McDonald world.
That's accurate, I think.
I remember. Okay, so like, you remember those? Like they came out with like fucking movies.
Yeah.
Or Ronald McDonald and things like that. Do you guys remember? Like that they were like. I mean, you don't have to remember the movies because I don't, because I didn't watch them. Because like they came out and they were for like if you're 3.
Right.
And I was like 14 or so when like a lot of those movies were out. But I just remember I was on a field trip and we were on the bus and we were all going to like, I think Philadelphia, so it was like a 3-hour drive. And it's one of those charter buses that has like the screens on it, which like if you got one of those, man, you were fucking set for this field trip.
Right.
Oh, and, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we were on one of these charter buses, but like you kind of have to like sometimes you just didn't get one. Sometimes you just had a normal bus and you all just had to be like, well, I hope you brought a Game Boy or a book because you're sitting here.
I'd say we usually didn't get them. Occasionally, but it was rare that you had
it was rare. It was a special occasion. So like you had to kind of plan ahead So like this one time we're on this field trip, and then they're like, oh hey, check it out, it's a thing with a videotape player. Who's got a videotape? And then this other girl in our class who is like the same age as us, she's like 14 or 15, and she's got these McDonald's videos that she's like, we should watch these. Well, that's what they put in, and oh boy.
And it was great. It turned out that you learned you loved them.
Learned about friendship. No, I didn't learn a goddamn thing. Those things were drivel, man. I don't know. I wanted to die watching those. They were terrible. I lost my pen tip for my tablet pen.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was kind of playing around with it, and it fell out.
That's a crisis.
Yeah, I gotta go looking for this thing. It blends in with the carpet is the issue. We'll get there. I've normally found it pretty much right away, so of course this is the one time I can't seem to find it.
Right. It fell into a crevasse.
It fell into my rug. Bruh. Also, my room is a mess because my life is a mess, so... Let's see if I can find this thing. Yeah. So, you guys never watched the McDonald's videos?
No, I'm familiar with them. I don't know if I've actually watched them, but...
The only McDonald's video that I'm aware of, really, is that, Moon Man person thing that they used to advertise McDonald's at night.
The one that's in all of those like synthwave YouTube videos?
Yeah. I can't remember what he's called, but he gives me nightmares, man.
He was from commercials.
He's from a commercial.
Yeah, he's like got a giant moon face.
Yep.
It's like a big crescent moon with like sunglasses.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep. I cannot find the pen.
So I think they stopped leaning so hard into the Ronald McDonald thing because they started to like realize that maybe there's problems with advertising junk food to kids. Is that it or what?
I don't know.
Because you don't see it so much anymore.
Generally afraid of clowns. I don't know. They did make that shift from kids to sort of like when they made the switch to the ba 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 ba. They started to try and like go for like sort of like inner city like poverty. Sort of like that was their market all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Which I guess was an effective shift. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
think
still working for them.
must have worked in some test audiences.
Yeah, because they haven't.
It's their whole dynamic now. It's always like somebody like moving a couch and then somebody hands them like chicken nuggets and they're like sitting on the couch.
Thanks, man. You got anything else I can move for food?
So yeah.
What's going on here?
Going on where?
I can't.
Sometimes you want to buy an Xbox game, but
There we
also you want to eat $1 burger. McDonald's. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Affordable.
It's killing me slowly on the inside.
Accurate. There we go.
Oh man, do I get
Sometimes the pen tool like really screws up on me.
I have a McDonald's across the street from me. After talking about this and how bad it is for us, I'm kind of craving some, but I don't really feel like going to fast food right now during this whole thing. That seems
That's
yucky.
That's we're shitting on McDonald's right now, but like one of the last things I did before this whole pandemic happened was I went to McDonald's and just like sat down and had a burger and chilled out for a minute, which kind
I
of
did
felt
that
nice.
at Five Guys.
It's a good thing to do. It's nice to do to like just get a meal with yourself every once in a while.
I love it.
Yeah, I do
And I was just sitting there enjoying my time, like thinking like, this is a good burger. I'm drinking the shake. The building across the street from me is on fire, and I'm watching the firemen put it out.
That's right. I
It's
forgot
kind
about
of
that.
a nice time. I'm not even joking. As the weird part. Like,
Right. I remember
That's
that
what's
now.
funny.
So I was just kind of enjoying that, and that was like one of the last things I did before this whole pandemic happened. So it's just kind of like I've had a couple of like moments during this whole thing where I've been like, where the fuck is that pen tip? But also where I've been like, I could really go for McDonald's.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that pen tip?
Seriously though, I can't find it.
And it's the only one you have too, huh?
Yeah, not until I get that replacement set.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Can I draw with my finger?
No.
No, I can't. It won't let me.
It refuses.
Shit. course, I had to fidget with the pen tip.
What you get when you fidget with the pinch? Yep.
Dental fidget.
Goddamn fidgeter!
I'm a fidgeter. I fidget. What can I say?
Shit.
So, did you guys ever watch a building burn down? The building didn't burn all the way down. It was on fire. There was smoke coming out, but
When I was 7 years old, my house burned down. I got to watch that happen.
Was that
That's terrible.
fun for you? I'm sorry, that's a terrible question.
No, that was not fun.
Was it traumatizing, actually?
Back then it was. It's not anymore. It's kind of like
glad.
I'm able to talk about it very openly. That's why I brought it up as a joke, because it's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I made a joke about it like first
no,
thing.
it's
That was
okay.
very rude.
I think it's hilarious.
How dare you, Ian? He's our guest.
I'm so sorry.
Ian, in the back of my head, I'm just like having Vietnam flashbacks to like my house
He just
burning down.
doesn't even say goodbye. He just logs off. Boom.
That's right.
I'm never
Like, Matt?
coming back.
Oh, shit. Hope he doesn't write about this in his book.
He's gonna get us.
Yeah, fuck.
But yeah, no, yeah, I had that happen, and ever
That's
since
terrible.
then, I've been fascinated by like houses burning down. I think it's just like the smell itself. You can tell, like, oh, that's a house that burned down. You can't. It's like got a very specific smell to it.
Interesting. I've
Yeah.
always I mean, a lot of smells for me, burning smells kind of meld together to like just a plastic burning smell, which is like the one I smelled from my computer. So like a lot of like when I like one time I was hanging out with my ex-girlfriend, and we looked out the window and we were hanging out, and we smelled like a burning plastic smell. Or just a burning smell, because I don't know, everything just kind of like there's a lot of burning smells, but I guess if you smell your house burning down, it's probably gonna stick in your mind a little bit more vividly than a general smell. But we were looking around the apartment for what was that smell, and then I looked out the window and there was a car on fire outside of our bathroom window, which I don't know how that happened, but
How does that even happen?
I have no idea. You should
Who
hear.
caught their cot on fire?
I don't know.
Who caught their cot on fire, bro?
Who caught their cot? Well, a caveman. He held it a little bit too close to the fire for a little too long, trying to feed his family of younger cavelings.
I think it's kind of fascinating because it's not something that you see ever, or hardly ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, obviously it's terrible. It's like the worst thing, but it's just like, I don't know. Kind
There's a
of
fascinating thing about it. Just kind of like
You never see stuff burning, really, so it's just kind of...
Not that size.
Or like that type of thing.
Yeah, very true. Not like unless you're watching like a movie or a video game and then you're just like, oh, it's here in the wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
Wow. Oh.
Wow. Wow.
I made a floaty chicken nugget. I could go
Oh,
for
you sure
chicken
did.
nuggets.
I have been unable to contribute.
It's alright.
Actually, where's even the pen? Oh, there is the pen. Damn, this is a bummer.
Might be out of commission. It's a good thing we have a third. We're having a third
Yeah,
person
for
on the
real.
show. Matt, Ian recently lost his pen tip, so I'm thinking, would you be interested in replacing him permanently?
Oh no.
Permanently.
Don't worry, Ian. We'll have you on occasionally
Will I
as
be
a
a guest?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got affiliate. We were finally gonna start making money off the ad.
Thanks for helping us get there.
Thanks for helping us get.
And we'll remember you fondly.
Jesus Christ.
That was beautiful. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna
Now get your
highlight that.
shit and get out.
We're gonna need you to clear out your desk immediately. Oh, he actually left.
Oh, Ian, I didn't mean it.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
So you still working from home, Matt? Or are you back at the Alfies?
Oh, they'll never open up the office as long as this COVID thing is happening.
Yeah, that's probably smart. I mean, if you have the capabilities to work from home, like as a business, without
You
you
might
know,
as well.
you might as well do it. Why not?
Right.
Keep everybody safe and happy.
Yeah, it's how's it been? I haven't seen any videos lately.
Yeah, we
of
haven't
you.
we haven't had any ideas recently. I think we had a bunch in the beginning, but I feel like I've been a little bit more stressed out about the whole thing, and it's harder to be creative when I'm like worried about the state of things.
That.
Yeah,
I
so
had that.
we have a few ideas we've been kicking around, but we haven't made anything else. And I don't want to make. We making those videos. I don't want to feel at all during this like I have to come up with something. It's like then that takes away all the fun from it. So I'm just like, if I come up with something, I'll make it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna force it.
Right. That's a good way of going about it.
Yeah.
Going about what?
He was asking about some of those videos that I made in the beginning of quarantine.
Oh yeah, like the like day 2, day 3.
Yeah, and I was just saying we haven't been forcing it because that takes away all the fun. And
yeah, absolutely.
And
I
also,
still think my favorite is let me just fit you into my busy schedule.
yeah, I think that's the best one.
That one and the do you like them?
Yeah. Yeah,
any of the videos with Theo, I love because I love Theo.
Theo is amazing.
Theo's great. He's a good
I
cat.
gotta be honest, I did a thorough search of this floor. I cannot find that fucking pen tip. Actually, that's kind of wild.
Huh. You'll have to like tear stuff apart a little bit more after or whatever.
I guess so. What the hell?
So.
But yeah. No, you go ahead.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, damn, Brandon. The last time I was on here, I could not compete with how fast you guys drew. But I'm fine now.
You're there.
I'm there. I've made it. It only took thousands of hours of just drawing all the time.
That's how you do it. Speeds you up.
That's literally how it's done. This the unfortunate thing is.
It all started back.
There I was, 2 weeks ago.
If it had not been for Cotton Eye Joe.
Well, I was gonna say if it weren't for that first attempt at Inktober, I don't think I would have drawn as much.
Yeah.
That cool. Very first attempt when I was like, you know what, I'll do that with you, Brandon, and then the both of us did it together, and I was like, oh shit, I really love this.
Yeah, drawing's fun.
Yeah. It's especially if you find a good balance with it. Like a lot of times, art can be really frustrating, especially if you're not quite getting the results that you hope for.
Right.
And I think a large amount of that is, obviously time invested and all that stuff, but also just sort of keeping it light. Like a lot of times, when you think you want to sit down and make a masterpiece, you really just want to sit down and draw a dick or draw like a comic.
What's the difference?
You really just want to draw a dick.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a masterpiece and
drawing just like the most veiny, detailed, saggy thing you can think of, and sometimes it's worth it.
Whenever I want to draw, I know that the first thing I want to draw is a flaccid, hairy, veiny penis.
Oh no.
Hi, my name is Richard Phallus.
You gotta Dick Phallus. You gotta start somewhere. You gotta. A lot of people do kind of like a first drawing to warm up. Do your warm up dick, and then you're ready.
Yeah. Then you're ready for all the dicks you can draw.
I do like a good warm up dick.
Who doesn't?
I have this dumb character that I draw every time I warm up. And
you draw like the same. It's pretty cool.
I'm really waiting until my Instagram robots are done, because I have a series of these really stupid, dumb doodles of this really lame ass character that I made as a warm up, and it's fantastic.
When you say Instagram,
I was about to ask about that too. What you mean?
The Instagram. So on Instagram, I've been doing this.
I'm gonna
I
pull it
did
up on
a
my phone
challenge
right now.
back in March of Robots, and I spent all of March sketching out a bunch of things that I could ink as like I didn't want to be in the competition. I just wanted to kind of do the challenge, so I did sketching during all of March, and then this past month I refined certain sketches and then started posting them. And now I have 30 robots that I need to post over time, and some of them I've reworked completely. Like I'll look at the old sketch and I'll be like, well, I don't want that anymore. So I'd like completely scrap it and then start something new. But it would still be like the same idea. And now I've got 5 sketches lined up currently that I'm like in the middle of inking, so that I can post all over again. But like you said, Brandon, it's really hard being creative when you're stressed out about this whole thing that's going on.
Yeah.
And that's been my problem, is that like sometimes I just don't want to do it. But I've been on the days that I do, I sit down and I finish one of the pieces and then I post it up. But I have 30 to get through before I can actually post a bunch of other content, random ass content that does not match what I'm working on right now.
Gotcha.
Right.
When you originally said robots, I thought you were talking about some kind of like something to do with like the
Algorithms.
algorithm.
Oh no, the algorithms are just fucked up in general.
They are.
Yeah, they
It's
are.
really kind of like deterred me from being as active on Instagram as I used to be.
I just kind of do it to like I didn't put it somewhere.
Yeah, no, I get that, and I still
I found it.
use it. Yay!
It fell in my pocket.
That's hilarious.
What?
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. We're back in action.
Sorry, I'm
Looney
trying to
Tunes
see
back
what
in
you're
action.
drawing. I'm trying to see what you're drawing first before I
I'm drawing
make
a
something.
clown.
A
I
creepy
noticed
clown.
that.
Is it gonna be like a food-based clown? Like
Yeah, I was gonna make it like a Ronald McDonald looking thing.
All right.
Not that everything has to be McDonald's related.
I'm gonna make a creepy clown over here. So, I've been playing some Anno 1800 with Austin,
Right.
and
How have you been liking it?
I like it. It's like City Sky. It's got that same vibe that of like, it's basically like City Skylines, mixed with a little bit of like other stuff, obviously. But it's fun. It's like a 18th century city builder. I like a good management game. I've recently realized how much I like a good management sim for some reason. Ever since City Skyline, it's just kind of been, I don't know. Whenever I put like, I was playing that 2 Point hospital game at the beginning of this pandemic, and you know, I got pretty far in that to the point where I felt like I'd seen everything the game pretty much had to offer. But you know, when I was really in the thick of that game, I was really enjoying it. I like kind of just keeping the gears running. I like making the ship stay upright. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not really my type of game, but I see it. I see the like appeal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really play many like city builders or Sims type things.
Now, do you do that just because it's not like a genre you've dipped into? Do you know you're not gonna like that?
No, that's
genre?
probably more of it. It's probably just it doesn't seem like something I'm gonna be interested in, so I haven't really given it the chance. And I'm sure I'll probably be proven wrong. That's where I'm at.
Like, have you ever liked a good roller coaster tycoon?
Way back when, but like when I was a kid, but I've not ever dug back in as an adult.
Now, did you suck as a kid? Because I sucked as a kid. I thought
Yeah,
it was
I just messed around.
terrible. Yeah, I find I'm much better now.
I have to imagine.
But I don't know, there's something addicting about like
Love City
making this
Skylines.
shit work. I love City Skylines. I don't know that like that game has scratched an itch I did not know I had to scratch. But holy shit, man! Like when you get like a bunch of traffic and you're like, why the fuck is this highway so fucked up? And then you like put an extra road that like you put like a little side road that like connects these two roads a little bit earlier, and then all of a sudden you just watch that like red line disappear from like the traffic jam, and you're just like, oh yeah, daddy.
Oh yeah, daddy.
It's just I don't know, something about it.
It's like I watch this one guy play it like all the time.
Is it James?
No, it's this guy named what the hell is his name?
Is it Artie?
No, it's Biffa Plays.
I don't know.
He's just this English dude that drinks a fuck ton of tea while he corrects
obviously.
people's traffic.
That's hilarious. I would watch that. Oh,
and it's amazing.
Man.
He literally just like sips his tea and then he like is a magician at fixing traffic in other people's cities.
I have to see that.
It's so relaxing.
That's like, some people watch Dr. Pimple Popper. That's my Dr. Pimple Popper right there. And also, if you watch Dr. Pimple Popper, what the fuck's wrong with you, you fucking freak?
Some people.
I don't want to yuck your yum. That's fine. Whatever. I totally get it. Trust me, I get it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? But really, I don't want to yuck your yum.
No,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't understand it either, but you know, if that's what people like, I'm sure.
No, I do actually. I completely understand why people like it. It's just not my bag. But
it's satisfying, weirdly enough.
They like watching
the same reason...
a problem get solved.
Yeah, in a very visceral and visually compact way.
Yeah.
And gross.
Yeah, well, that part I'm not so much about. But I've always like seen like those videos of a dude like popping a pimple. Like it's been once or twice because someone's just been like, "You gotta watch this shit, bro." But like I'll see it, and I'll say, thanks, I hated that." But also, thanks, I hated that. But I'll also get it because like. Obviously, the dude's popping not just a regular zit. It's like a fucking bug bite, or I don't know how you get.
It's like a cyst.
Yeah.
It's always like a giant fucking cyst.
Yeah, exactly. But like just watching, like I've always like had a zit, and I'm just like, if I could just pop it like one of those videos where it's just like all this shit twirls out, and then like all of a sudden like the mound of skin is just like lessened down to its like normal, you know, status. It would be a very satisfying experience.
It would be good to solve that like, yeah, I think that's the whole thing. It's like, wow, that must have been a relief.
Yeah. With all that pressure in your neck, all of a sudden gone. Yeah. Big ass bumps hanging off the side of your fucking neck, just like all of a sudden not a problem anymore. I mean, it's probably gonna be a problem. Like, how'd you get that, man? Like, you gotta go see a doctor. You can't be like popping that shit for you.
Plus, now you have like a cavity.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like,
have you guys ever had a cyst before?
I've had a cystic zit, but I've never had a cyst.
I don't think I have.
So like I mean the doctors described it as a cyst, but I think it was closer to a cystic zit than anything else. But I had one on my nipple.
Oh my god.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, I just basically took a shot straight to the nip, and then they scooped it out while the nip was a little raw and not, you know,
disgusting.
Not able to feel it.
Ew.
But the dermatologist did it, and tell you what, I mean, it felt cool to have that thing out there.
Yeah. Well, sure. I'm happy that it's solved, but that's gross.
I'm sorry, I haven't thought about this. Are you still hungry?
No, actually.
Less hungry?
Well then, hey, look at that. We caused a problem and solved it, just like, what's his name, Boffin Plays?
Wait, is...
Boppo?
Biffa?
Biffa.
Boffo.
Hi, I'm Boppo.
Why is me being hungry a problem?
Because you're hungry and you're not going to eat until like at least 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
Well, that's soon.
That's soon enough for me. I'm starving.
Oh, God. Well, you should have just used that whole, I lost my part of my pen.
That bit I did?
That lie to eat some food.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't find it anywhere.
You guys should look for it too. I did actually just finish a whole box of donuts. Like I got that box of donuts the Friday previous. It's gone.
Oh no, where'd it go? Is it in your
in
carpet
my belly.
too? Oh.
I just noticed your Ronald McDonald's M is upside down.
Yeah.
what's the name of that restaurant chain?
I don't know. I'm struggling with the improv tonight.
McDonald's? That's actually a Chappelle's show joke. Shit. Help me out here, Matt.
Wumbo?
There we go.
Wumdonald's?
Ooh. Actually,
so the requirement is it has to end in Donald's.
Wumdonald's. Oh, what if it's McDonald's? McDonald's.
I would love to see a place make their icon after like the 7th letter in the word, the title. Like,
oh God.
Like you said, like McDonald's, but the W is like at the end of the word, like in the middle of the word, and like that's what they make their logo. It'd be so confusing.
It's like if Ben and Jerry's just chose the letter E.
Yeah, like it's in both the names.
It's there.
You can't have Ben and Jerry's without E.
That's right, twice. Kentucky Fried Chicken. N-R-K.
Be weird.
NRK, what does that stand for? Kentucky Fried Chicken. What?
I don't think it does.
It does. See, it's the N in Kentucky, it's the R in fried, and the K in chicken. I hate this.
I will not be eating there.
Yeah, it's too confusing.
I hate everything about that.
I'm boycotting that so that we can make a stand on acronyms.
It's about time someone did, you know.
It's about time somebody stood up.
People are just getting away with murder out there.
Yeah.
When it comes to acronyms.
Jeffrey Epstein, right?
That dude didn't kill himself.
Probably not. Or at the very least, they didn't try to stop him. That's actually more my guess, is they didn't try to stop him.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. I'm fish. I feel like someone definitely. I think a hitman killed him.
Not to get super into this subject because it's not
scary.
that kind of show.
Yeah. No.
But I think it's very easy for whoever maybe didn't want him around to just pull a string and take somebody off of a shift and make it so that he didn't have the coverage. I mean, obviously, like all that shit that came out where like they didn't have the tape and like, you know, someone had taken the shift off and like there was like 30 minutes where there was just a bunch of shit where like it's very easy for somebody to just sort of, you know,
pull a few
misplace
strings.
a file, cause that shit to happen, and then
I feel
there
that.
you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not that kind of show.
This isn't the Murder Conspiracy Hour. That's up next.
Yeah, Murder Conspiracy Hour is after 10 o'clock.
The drawings
Talking
get
Jeffrey
way
Epstein.
less, you know, fun.
Family friendly.
Yeah, we don't draw as much. Or at all. Except for like graphs and maps and chalk outlines.
And conclusions.
Conclusions. That would have been a great one to start that whole list with.
Yeah, we go from DrawBomb to drawing conclusions. Our conspiracy show.
Where we solve murders.
Oh my God.
So far, none solved yet, but we're getting close to some breakthroughs,
right.
I'm sure.
And then after that is Cold Case and Cold Cutlets, where we grill steaks while we talk about how we have to figure out those murders that we didn't solve the last hour.
God damn it.
Cold cutlets. What is the? Why are they cold?
Because
What if it was cold cases and hot cutlets?
Ooh.
I don't know. We'll have to workshop this. This is important.
Oh yeah, let's totally workshop that one.
Spend time on that.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my.
So, Ian, your computer killed itself.
It did.
Like
Jeffrey Epstein.
Set you up for that. I didn't mean to.
Nice segue right there.
God damn it. I tried to get away. I couldn't escape. I can't quit you. But
I like how I'm like, it's not that show, and I'm the one who brought it up in the first place.
I mean,
go on.
It kind of is that show.
It is a little. We've turned it into that show after the last couple episodes.
We can do what we want.
We did start off calling Donald Trump shit baby man for like every time we referred to him.
That's true.
I still refer to him as
That's pretty accurate.
We don't have any rules. The only thing we can't do is what was it about? We can't draw poop or you can't draw.
Yeah, if someone's pooping actively, I think that's against Twitch rules. Like,
really?
Which is bizarre. Why is that a no-no? Like, hey, you know the thing that everybody does every day?
Yeah.
You know, assuming their digestion is
about that shit.
Like, yeah, exactly. And they're like, no, we won't have that.
Yeah, but you can play that game where you like
disembowel
someone,
a bus full of tourists. But
I swear to fucking God, if you draw a person shitting out their butthole on this show,
we will ruin you.
Yeah. Your whole channel gone.
That's so strange.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna fight it because I don't care, but it's bizarre to me.
Yeah, we found out because I drew somebody pooping off to the side of one of our rock paper pencils, and
someone in the comments was like, "Oh, you better be careful."
Yeah, which I'm thankful that they did.
Yeah, oh for sure, definitely. But I just didn't know before that.
No idea. I will say, I've said this on the show at least 3 times, but I don't know. It's just like such a stark. It was a very crystallizing moment for me, but like I was watching TV with my friends all the time. We were watching the show Four Brothers, the movie Four Brothers with Blackie Mark Wahlberg and Andre 3000, who now goes by Andre Benjamin, and a couple other folks are in it. But anyways, someone has been murdered in the movie, and then they go and investigate it by like bringing some street-style justice to some punks. And what they do is they hang a guy out a window as like an interrogation technique, and then they drop him because that's also how you interrogate people. Right. So then, and I'm watching this on cable television with my friends, just like the standard shit cable package that you get, no extra channels, nothing like that. It's a standard channel like next to Sci-Fi. And the movie, they drop the guy out the window, and then the camera cuts to the guy on the ground laying there as the bone sticks out of his leg. This is all on the TV, the bone sticking out of the leg, all that stuff. And then the guy's like holding his bone sticking out of his leg and going like, "Oh shoot! Oh shoot!" Because like somebody had to dub over the guy saying the word shit, because we can show a person's bone sticking out of his leg, but like God forbid we hear a kid say a fucking swear word.
Yeah.
Or God forbid they see a tit, you know?
It's pretty strange, the things that we've decided are offensive.
Yeah. So I don't know, that's just always stuck on my head. And then like we turned the channel a little bit after that, and it went to the Sci-Fi channel, and like on the Sci-Fi channel some woman was like getting shot in the throat with like a nail gun. And we were just like, what fucking movie is this?
Nail Gun 2.
Yeah.
What movie was it?
I don't know actually. I think it was like Maximum Overdrive or some shit like that.
That makes sense.
It's a weird ass movie.
Yeah. I came up with, you know how people say oof a lot? I mean, obviously people have said oof since the beginning of time, but it's like got an internet connotation now, the oof.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially like the Roblox. I thought of a good oof, Maximum Oofer Drive. Anyone who watches this is free to use that.
That movie is an oof.
That movie is a giant oof.
Existence.
Oof.
You know, I always thought that was a Minecraft thing.
Apparently it's Roblox.
Was it Roblox?
Well, Minecraft has the noise when you get hit, but Roblox goes oof, and that's like the sound I hear in a lot of people's YouTube channels where they go oof, and that's I think where that's where I think oof has gained its proper or its current sort of its place in the zeitgeist. Oof.
Oof.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about any of that. But
do you guys recognize my clown?
Is he from the murder mystery?
Yeah, he is.
So Matt wasn't around for that episode, but
he wasn't.
He's a good clown. Ooh. I like the Freddy hands.
I like the Freddy hands, and I like the fangs, and I like that he's never actually seems to be like doing
Menacing.
anything. Yeah, but he's always got blood on his hands and face.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's just misunderstood.
Wrong place, wrong time. That's all.
Yeah.
He just really likes blood on his hands.
Exactly.
He just applies blood
Yeah,
on
it
his hands
doesn't-
occasionally. What's wrong with that?
Nobody's hurt, you know. He just likes it.
Yeah.
That's
It all comes from a cruelty-free source. It's cruelty-free blood.
Cruelty-free blood is hard to come by.
It is.
So you'd think extracting blood would count as cruelty to some degree, although I suppose there's like a
He's
blood
found
drive.
like just one dude who thinks it's a really sick look, so he's got like a blood pack on him at all times. Like, yeah, dude, hook it up,
Why does it have to be real blood?
because it's got a smell to it that's just it's got that iron smell, you know, like the smell of like metal.
Like period iron or like regular iron?
What?
What?
Oh,
What?
I don't know how to respond to such a question,
I
so I will choose not to. Oof!
Choose not to. I don't know. Sometimes you can smell it.
like a period? Like, are we talking about the period? Are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Yes.
Are you a bear?
Are you a
You hear that, Ron? Bears.
Hey guys, everyone in the chat. Wait, you should fucking name your book like Period Smeller.
God, no.
That's a terrible book name.
Isn't it?
Oh.
I guess Aunt Flo's Visiting by Matt McDaniel.
Oh my god. Oh, no.
Yikes. So what kind of show is this then? I'm confused.
I don't know. We've really taken a few turns for the more.
I'm
obscene
sorry,
ever
guys.
since I don't know. No, this is all my fault. I blame myself entirely. I'm sorry.
I blame myself. I made an inappropriate joke, but it was too far.
It's okay.
So I saw that. I always have to ask you how to say his name because I can never think of it. The guy who made Primal and Samurai Jack.
Gendy Tartakovsky.
Yeah, he's making a Popeye movie. It's interesting.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Popeye the Sailor Man.
I mean,
The
who
Sailor
better,
Man.
to be honest?
Well, yeah, exactly. This is the only universe where I'm interested in a Popeye movie. Not that I have anything against Popeye, but I also just don't care about Popeye.
I hope it's like adult Popeye too. Like Popeye punches somebody and like their just fucking face caves in. Like I want that.
It won't be though, obviously.
I won't, but I want it, man. I
Adult-
want Popeye to
It should
kill
exist.
motherfuckers. He's a fucking sailor. He should murder people.
He's missing an eye, and he's,
Is he actually, or is he just constantly winking?
I've got 90
I assume-
kills.
I assumed he was missing an eye, right? His name's Popeye.
I thought he just squinted like a motherfucker because of like a stroke or like that's why he like always talked like that.
Well, now-
Popeye the Sailor
Now I need
Man.
to. Now I need to Google the official answer. Is Popeye missing an eye?
I guess his name is Popeye.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, like.
Why else would you call him that?
Okay, so it says, in the comic, Popeye's one-eyed facial feature is attributed to
Stroke.
the most awful battle. This is what he says, or the most.
That's what it says?
Yeah, the most artful battle. You know, in Popeye speak. It's later.
Tree.
It is later a bit unclear whether Popeye actually has one eye or is just squinting, although in at least one cartoon, Bluto calls him a one-eyed runt. So I would say that pretty much
That's one-eyed. Yeah,
Makes
that's
it
the confirmation right there.
clear that, you know,
Wow, so he's been missing an
Yeah,
eye this
of
entire
course.
time, and I didn't
no
know.
idea, man.
his name's Popeye, guys. Come on.
That's. I mean,
It's
yeah.
his defining quality. It is there. Well, it's not his defining quality, but I'd say he's named after it.
Hey, who's that guy over there? Oh, that's one-armed Larry.
He's got two
both
arms.
of his arms, though.
he's got.
He's
got-
got two of his arms, though.
Yeah, but
yeah,
he
but he
real.
only... Wait, go ahead.
He uses the one real good though.
We're putting a highlight on the one arm. It's not that he doesn't have the other. It's just the one deserves extra attention.
Is that his dominant arm? Here's the thing though. No, it is not.
good at using it.
Yeah, the one time he was using that arm and someone was like, "Yo, Larry, you use that arm real good though," and it just stuck.
Just stuck. One arm Larry.
One arm Larry, with both of his arms over there.
Yeah. So yeah, Popeye lost an eyeball.
Matt, your guy reminds me of somebody I'd see on like Doug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
true.
I feel like
the colors.
Doug's sister would date him.
Oh my God! What?
You know Doug's sister, like the weird beat.
Yeah, she was
girl?
like the artsy.
Yeah.
He's here after murdering people.
Oh no! I hope she doesn't.
Listen, you want some laughs? I'm not that kind of clown.
What kind of clown are you? What other clown is there?
A murder clown.
Oh,
Oh no! Did you guys ever? So, you know, Brandon and I, we've watched a lot of horror movies. I would say, right?
Yeah.
Matt, have you watched many a horror flim flam?
Oh, shit tons.
Okay, cool. Now, have either of you guys ever seen? I forget what it's called. Shit, I think it's called like the clown mask or fucking.
It's the one where the guy puts he puts something on and then slowly starts turning into a clown.
So yeah. Well, he also gets bit by a clown.
Oh.
But like he gets bit by a clown, but it's no wait. He puts on the clown. It's been so long, but yeah, he puts on the clown costume and then it ends up infecting him, and he becomes a murderous clown who likes to eat children.
What?
Have you ever seen it?
No.
I'm assuming not because of your response just now.
I've never seen it either, but I'm familiar with its existence.
It's fucked up, man.
I mean, that would assume so, yeah.
The way that the first kid dies is hilarious, though. That's a weird sentence I'm gonna explain.
Yeah, I need to.
Listen, I gotta tell you, this funny film. It just kills kids. It's real funny. It kills kids.
So like, he's transforming into this clown. He's realized his fate, and he's like ran away from his family because he's becoming all fucked up, and like he can't, he's got no choice. But he's in this hotel room, and the scene starts in the hotel room by he's got a gun in his mouth, and he's full clown makeup, wig, all that stuff, because it's his actual natural body now at this point. And then he pulls the trigger on the gun, and the gun
you
fires.
told me about this.
And then like a bunch of differently colored paint hits the wall, like rainbow paint, essentially, like hits the wall behind him, and he falls over. And then he just like gets back up, and he's just like, "I'm fine." But it's just like the funniest scene. It's like a funny 5 seconds of watching a clown commit suicide with rainbow paint like exploding.
Like his blood, his brains are like rainbow.
Yeah,
What the hell?
It's such a funny scene in like an otherwise horribly gruesome movie. God, it's gruesome. Like when he tries to rip his nose off. Ugh.
Well, it's like The Fly.
Yeah, basically. Oh God, yeah. But yeah, it's like the first kid who dies in the movie is really funny. Again, I'm gonna explain. He tries to commit suicide, and he hears a knock on his door, and no one's concerned about the gunshot apparently. So because this kid's at his door, and the kid's just like, "Hey, Mister, are you a funny clown?" And he's just like, "Get the fuck out of here, kid." And the kid's just like, "You look like a funny clown. Will you be my friend?" Or some shit like that. And at this point, the guy has tried to set up a. Sorry, you're actually about to ask a question before I go on this.
This kid sounds like he's from Bad Santa. Is he from Bad Santa?
It's basically the fucking kid from Bad Santa, like the same mental range. I forgot to mention that before he answers the door, like he's trying to commit suicide, and now he's trying to commit suicide by chopping his head off with a bunch of buzzsaws that are running, like a whole trap.
Why does he have multiple of them?
I don't know. He's trying to kill himself real hardcore, man, in this movie. He does not want to be this clown. So this kid shows up, and he's just like, "Hey, mister, like, what's going on? Will you be my friend?" And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here, kid." And then, like, somehow the buzzsaws get, like, messed up, and then, like, just one buzzsaw from the machine just launches through, like, this kid's chest, and, like, you don't even see anything gruesome happen. You just see, like, the buzzsaw go, "Wing!" And then you just, like, see the blood hit the wall behind him, and then the kid fall over.
What the fuck?
It's fucked up, but it's just kind of like the way the timing of everything, and like you know it's gonna happen 15 seconds before it happens, because it's like a whole Rube Goldberg device setting up this horrible kid's demise, or this kid's horrible demise. And then he like sees the kid and he just he's like pulls the kid into his hotel room and eats him. But
what?
Because that's what the clown costume does. Eventually, the movie's climax is he goes to a Chuck E. Cheese and just has like a fucking murderous eating buffet thing. It's a messed up movie.
Why did they have to eat children?
I don't know. Actually, I don't understand that plot point.
I guess. I don't know. All right. Okay.
What's a bad horror movie that sticks out in your mind?
Well, I honestly would have gone with shit. What was the movie we were just talking about? Where all the machines come alive.
Oh, Maximum
Overdrive is a go-to. Just bad horror movie, but we were just talking about that.
Well, okay. You've watched a lot of horror movies. You subjected Mo to them before realizing she didn't
like them.
She doesn't like them?
Yeah, she was apparently like when we started dating, we were watching a lot of horror movies, and then after a while, I'm like, let's watch this one. She's like, oh, I don't like horror movies. And I'm like, what? It's like that's like all we've watched. And she's like, oh yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you. And I'm like, well, you could have just said you don't like horror movies. You don't have to like put yourself through that. She's like, I don't know. So yeah, she doesn't like them.
To be fair though, I wasn't a big fan of horror movies when I started watching them with Ryan, and then I realized my love for them because so many of them are bad.
Right.
And then the good ones are great. I mean, I liked horror stuff anyways, like Silent Hill and stuff like that. But horror movies, especially like gore, I have a hard time with that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a lot better about it now. What were you about to say, Matt? Sorry, we cut you off.
I can't remember. It wasn't important.
What's a bad horror movie that you remember?
Like serious bad horror movie? Like serious... The Bye Bye Man.
Oh, Bye Bye Man is terrible, man.
Bye Bye Man is fucking garbage. Why did
it really is.
Why did... Whose bright idea? Whose bright idea was
Bye Bye Man
to even call it Bye Bye Man?
That was the first mistake.
That was the first of many.
First of many mistakes.
I haven't seen it, honestly.
I watched it because I was like, I kept making jokes about it, Brandon, and I was like, I might as well watch it.
Me and you were making a lot of jokes about it.
Yeah. If I want to shit on something, I gotta like at least watch it.
I agree. I think that's fair.
So I watched it and I was like, I fully regret watching that, but also now I can just shit on it all I want. It is the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad, man. It's not good.
And like, I think PR-wise, it's just a nightmare because like, just showing.
They tried to play it up the fact that like a woman directed it, like that was like which like, I mean it's great when we give women roles, and it was terrible. I love women directors, absolutely. I love women actors. I love women in every industry. Does not it's kind of like it's that whole use it as a marketing ploy.
It's that whole it's the equivalent of the second that Ghostbusters that came out with women, and then they were like, if you don't like this movie, you're sexist. No, I don't like your movie because it's bad.
I just don't like bad movies.
Movie. Yeah. I just don't like bad movies.
I think women are funny. I think I like them in roles, but
hilarious.
this is just a bad movie, and that's all there is to it.
It's just bad. It's just a bad movie.
I think when you come at the promotional material from that angle, I don't think
it's a bad sign right off the bat. If you're trying to advertise that as your like selling point, because it's like, okay, well, how about let the movie do the talking, and then when it's a great movie, then everybody will applaud whatever demographic made it. You don't have to sell it as that.
Like, for instance, that movie, what was it called? Crazy Rich Asians or something like that? Like, that movie's like apparently hugely successful. And like a big draw on it was, I think for a lot of people I read, was seeing in a big blockbuster movie, seeing like Asian couples sort of as the romantic comedy leads, when normally they're relegated to either love interests or side characters. But like, it's also not, that wasn't like their promotional material. The promotional material was like, hey, check out this fucking movie, is this up your alley? And like that movie sold like gangbusters, and I think that's like, they had the same sort of maybe element that those other movies were sort of
I feel like a lot
on, but it wasn't like, that wasn't like the shtick of the movie. The shtick of the movie was like, here's a movie we're making to like romantic comedies, and then just happen to also have that extra thing to it. What were we about to say?
I feel like a lot of times, maybe it's a little too cynical, but I don't think so. I think a lot of times when they advertise it in that weird way is because they know that they have a flop on their hands.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so we made a bad movie. Now we need to figure out how to spin this.
Yeah. I think that's very accurate.
Well, because you know right out the gate, because like I've done a lot of editing, you know right out the gate if something you have is good or
Right.
not, unless you are just like blind to what you just made.
Right.
Right.
Which Tommy Wiseau is one of those.
Yeah, that's the example I was thinking of when you were saying that.
Yeah. He's blind to what he made, but
You are
know what?
blind.
I did watch that documentary, and I now understand like he sees it as a failure, but it's technically not a failure because like
It's
it was
more
really successful.
It's more successful than it would have been if it was a success.
Right.
That's true.
If that makes sense. Like, its failure has got it way more attention than it would have if you would have just made a good movie.
Right.
Yeah. Now he's in like the like Hall of Fame, like the annals of history, as
Animals.
being.
The annals.
Oh god, these clowns creep me the fuck out.
Why? They're fun.
I feel like we've drawn a lot of.
We draw a lot of clowns on this show.
I
We
didn't
do.
think about it until just now.
I was thinking of it
It's like
as we were in the middle of this. I was like, we do a lot of clowns on this show.
a lot of clowns.
Maybe we'll take a break from clowns after this episode.
Like, yeah, if you look back on our previous drawings for DrawBomb, you think it's not a lot of clowns, but then you don't understand that we also did like 8 episodes of this show a long, long time ago.
With
we
clowns
drew
in that,
so
too.
many clowns.
That's a lot of clowns.
You know, they're just silly characters.
Yeah, babu, babu.
I mean, I like this drawing, so
I
that's
like that drawing. Yeah.
maybe I secretly like clowns. Really feel like I
I
don't.
I like face paint, and I like face masks and paint and shit like that. Like I like obscuring the face in like interesting ways. So I like that aspect of clowns, but every other aspect about clowns.
Yeah, no, I don't like them. I think from an artist standpoint, they're interesting characters to draw
That is true. Yeah.
because they're all
You can
crazy
really-
looking.
They're really goofy.
They're goofy. They're silly billies. That's for sure.
Goofy
They're
guys.
just a bunch of sillies.
Goofy guys.
You're crazy.
You
Look at their
look
silly
like-
faces and their crazy noses.
I actually do have I found a picture of me wearing clown makeup, by the way. Like
Oh.
I talked about that a
You
couple.
found that
episodes
quickly. I
ago.
didn't even know you were looking for it.
Yeah.
I
the
keep
one
it on me in my wallet at all times in case it ever comes
This
up
is-
organically.
Hi there. Have you seen my children? This is a picture of my children. This is a picture of me wearing clown makeup.
That would be a funny bit to like show a coworker, like pull out your wallet and like be like, gosh, you gotta see these kids, and like as you're flipping through, there's just one really weird photo of you dressed as a clown. You just flip past it real quick and go to the next picture of your kids.
Just like coming out of a well.
and then just play it off really seriously. That'll be great.
That clown pic.
I feel like I think this clown drawing is the last one of the show. We're pretty much to the
Yeah,
end.
I think that's
Oh,
what we
wow.
call it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so as well. Thanks for coming on, Matt.
Yeah,
thanks so much.
anytime, guys.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send you some information now about you taking on the role as co-host. Now that
Oh,
Oh, right.
perfect.
Well, I
Ian's
found
being
my pen
replaced.
tip. I found the tip.
Yeah, well, that's great. We wish you the
but-
best of luck in the future.
Ian, we'll have you on as the guest at some point.
That would be okay.
You'll hear from my assistant.
Yeah, we just hired some
You haven't-
assistants.
Wait, already?
pretty great, yeah, they got-
asked for an
Yeah, you know, it wasn't really in the budget before, but now we've moved some things around. Freed up some salary.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna process all of this.
I have to say something, Matt. I'm looking at your drawing now, and the top of your character's head is phallic to me. I'm just realizing.
Yes. That was on purpose, wasn't it?
I gotta save this
Just
drawing.
all in here.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was on purpose. this.
Oh boy.
All right, one final parting gift before we go. You guys ready for this one?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I gotta figure out how the fuck to. That shit.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Is that? Am I? Can you even see
It
what's
went
on
away.
there?
It went away. It popped
Yeah.
up for a second.
Hold on, I tried to resize it so it actually like fit in the screen.
Oh god, that was scary. You just kind of like rendered in and then rendered out.
Ian clown that show. You're very serious
Ian,
clown.
You look like a serial killer.
Yeah, you got a very much like a Joker, like what the most recent iteration of the Joker thing going on.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I had about the amount of motivation he had.
Yeah. Oh, he has all the motivation, but not. But his makeup is not the best.
Yeah, I'm not good at makeup either.
Well, anyways, on that note, Ian, I guess you can stay on the show. You're not fired.
Yay!
And Matt, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure.
Always.
And we'll have you back in the future for sure. Do some.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Do you have anything you want to plug?
You can follow me on Instagram, Many Hats Matt.
Lots of good stuff on there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fun stuff. I got robots coming in right now. I've got old ink. I got my girlfriend on. I don't have a girlfriend.
Me neither.
Got all me neither.
My phone background is still that picture.
Yeah, the avocado.
Oh no, the yellow city.
Oh shit!
Oh,
yeah.
right. That's awesome.
I still got that.
Thank you for repping that.
Oh yeah, I like that photo. It's good.
Yeah,
it's like very perfect phone background stuff. It's like a very perfect like as a phone background. Sorry, you were saying
Thank
something?
you. It was that was one of those ones where I was glad that I was able to do a giveaway with it.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's cool that you were pulling that kind of stuff off.
Hell yeah, thanks, man. But yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. So when COVID goes away or it eases up and I get my printer back,
I'm gonna come give you a big kiss.
I'm gonna give you a big kiss.
And a hug, a sloppy kiss.
If you follow me, you might get some free stuff. You never know.
Ooh.
Well, that's incentive if I've ever heard it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play us out.
All right. As my face is on the screen. Oh, it's not. I took it off.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah. Wait, hold on. I can make this happen. Blah 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 blah.
So it only half showed. Oh god.
Oh my god.
It only half showed up. It's upsetting to look at. It didn't load in all the way.
3 years in.
All right.